My wonderful, beautiful, amazing Virgos. I'm Gabriella from Gabriella's Vampire Tarot. For today, I'm going to be doing your general reading, your past, present, future, your 9 card spread. I'm going to be using the regular tarot deck, clarify with the vampire deck, draw a special vampire card, draw a vampire oracle, and then draw 3 yes or no answers for thee. So anyway, let's get started on your reading. Okay, the general card is the Knight of Wands reversed, fire energy. Let's look at the first row, which is also your past. You start off with Page of Cups reversed. Empress reversed. Okay, actually, it's like, even though it's interesting because we're currently in Leo season and then your season is afterwards. But anyway, so probably not for another 2 weeks or so. And then the Four of Swords reversed. Okay, this is interesting. Yeah, I kind of see that you're fine, or, in the past you came to terms with something and it didn't give you any kind of fulfillment or happiness or new beginnings. Because the thing is, it's like, I love the Page of Cups either way, whether it's upright or reversed. But upright, it's like having this beautiful daydream, idea child, this seed that you're going to be planting to be, enhancing some kind of beautiful dream fulfillment of some kind. But then, okay, it's like, well, since it came in a realistic idea, you probably came to terms with why you didn't feel like in your confident suit in the past. But that did not stop you from wanting to take action in the past in other ways. Wow. And that's the thing, is, it's like, what I'm kind of also getting here, because, mind you, is that in a few days or sometime, I can't say when or how, is I will be posting a video about how some people's opinions can really negatively impact other people's lives, for that matter. Because a human wanted me to more or less, explain, but also, from my own personal experiences, from how I've witnessed thousands of humans in this world. Let's say that you're applying for a particular job or something. Sad but true, it's up to that person's opinion and perspective whether they're gonna, allow you, if they're gonna welcome you onto their, their job opportunity, or they're gonna decline you. And that's all because, it's also based off of opinions as well. But please feel free to stick around for those separate videos as well. But anyway, so in current times, you do get the Page of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I mean, you could have had Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, more Virgo placements, or Aquarius, Libra, Gemini placements. And now you could also have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, more Earth of the Six of Pentacles reversed, and then you get Seven of Cups. Yeah, I kind of see you probably just, it's like, maybe you feel kind of directionless in current times because you're probably wondering, well, how do I go from point A to point B? Because especially with the Page of Wands, that's kind of like a development. It's kind of a journeys kind of card. It's like literally going out on a journey, whether it's the outgoings card with the Page of Swords, the beautiful idea child of the Page of Cups, or the Page of Pentacles of heading out towards this opportunity or career, whatever it may be. But yet you feel kind of directionless and you're kind of worried, if you're actually going to be benefiting, by, you're kind of just thinking, I don't know if I want to head out because, I might not be getting anything I want. But eventually you do get some kind of offering or some kind of options being presented to you at the end of current times. But of course, what defines the end of current times? The end of the, this week, next week, whatever it is, and stuff like that. So, wow, this is actually interesting. Because in the future, you do start with Two of Pentacles reversed of feeling overwhelmed about something. Hierophant reversed, not feeling committed. A Taurus, your brother, sister, Earth sign, and then you get Lovers, upright, Gemini energy, okay? What I see you doing is, it's like, maybe, with all these offerings, because maybe you could be, facing some kind of metaphorical rut, or maybe, you are kind of suffering from maybe feeling directionless, lost, dazed, or confused. But in the future, I do see you actually maybe worried about that you're going to suffer from some kind of overwhelmed feeling, because if you are going to be presented with something, you might be worried of thinking, well, how am I going to manage my current affairs, for that matter? And then that's causing you to already kind of think, what, I just don't feel like dealing with it because I'm just worried it's not going to work out for me. But then in the end, it's like, okay, but maybe this is also a spark of hope of thinking, but what if it could actually benefit me with more options and opportunities with the Lovers as well? I mean, of course, who's to say, it's like, because the thing is, it's like whatever you do right now, and I think I've even mentioned this even in my past readings and stuff like that, is, the future is not for us to know. I never knew I was going to turn into a vampire. I didn't know at that point, oh yeah, it's like, my mother, pulled this card and that's what was going to happen to me. No. The thing is whatever you work on right now will enhance the chances and opportunities of something going to be transpiring because whatever you're doing right now. If you're committed and working hard, you're probably going to give, maybe some kind of bonus or some kind of upgrade or maybe some kind of positive acknowledgement because you're working incredibly hard right now. But if you just, quit your job, you might miss out on those beautiful opportunities in the future as well. So, off to clarification. Page of Cups. Okay, well, you have this realistic idea, and then you get the 10 of Grails. So, it's like you could have already, faced abundance, happy home, happy earth, happy family, but also confidence within yourself to actually already come to terms with this realistic, rational thought and idea of why this happened in the past. And that's what I like is, finally coming to terms, but also just thinking, okay, we know what happened, but we're not going to let anything stop us in our current path. We're not going to let anything just ruin us. We're not going to let anything just, ruin our inspiration and motivation for that matter and stuff like that. No, this is finally thinking, I mean, this is also kind of like a gratitudes kind of card as well, of thinking, okay, it's like, I might not have achieved that one desired outcome or goal, but yet I still have this grateful 10 of Pentacles in my life as well. Because despite the Empress, reversed, you get the Page of Wands. So you get the page of this. Yeah, you get the second Page of Wands. And it's interesting because this was you actually thinking, I don't want to be stuck in this situation. I'm going to actually head out or try something different, go on a different quest or voyage, but I'm going to try something different and just head out. Because the thing is as long as, there's movement, as long as there's movement, there's development. And that is usually with achieving that desired outcome, healing, or just working towards something. But you have to keep moving. You have to keep doing something. I mean, I think I even mentioned this in one of my previous readings. You don't want to just be allowing your mind, and thoughts to keep running around saying, well, I'm doing something. No, that's mostly, considered wasting time and energy. But it's about literally trying different things, whether it's doing research, whether it's applying to different jobs, anything, just to be doing something. Because this is interesting. In the past, you took action, you pretty much just thought, okay, I don't need to sleep anymore, but yet you were faced with choices and opportunities in the past. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is, it's like, as long as you're moving and doing something, but then suddenly you are being, presented, just like in the future, you will be presented with a crossroads on which direction you're going to be heading towards. Sad but true, yes, you probably have this sense of uncertainty and feeling directionless about the right and appropriate path to choose. But the thing is, the life that we are currently living is just based off of experience. It could be a very beautiful outcome, by choosing one of the swords, or it could be a negative outcome, but as long as you pretty much learn, to maybe try to see what you can get out of it. But if there's nothing, no signs or symbols or any sense of clarity to be providing you any form of assistance with this choice, then you just have to wing it in the sense where you have to forgive yourself if it just did not work out the way you had hoped it would. Because with the Page of Wands reversed, you get fortune. So in current times, maybe you don't have to head out towards anything because you have fortune and luck on your side. Mwah, fabulous. Because maybe, it's like the 10 of Cups is more or less reminding you to say, okay, it's an act of gratitude. It's actually, just being grateful for even, if you are suffering in some aspects in other ways, maybe you're being hit with heavy bills and stuff like that, but you have a wonderful family and a good career, stuff like that. Nobody likes paying their bills, but at least they have some kind of happiness, luck, and fortune on their side either way. And so, whatever this, defines the wheel of fortune, maybe you don't have to go out, but this is also just actually reminding you to think, okay, if you're not ready to go out, you do have, something, to think about in a positive manner, Because with the Six of Pentacles reversed, you get the World. Okay, that's interesting. So, what I'm kind of seeing here is hesitation. You're worried about entering into this world, But yeah, it's like, to be honest, I think, it's like, well, your feelings, your thoughts, and your senses are usually most likely incorrect in the aspect. I mean, if you look outside and you see it raining and stuff like that, and you already tell yourself it's going to be a bad day, yes, it probably is going to be a bad day because, you're probably going to have to go out into the rain, and it's probably going to, will soak you, maybe you know, had, maybe you just took a shower, maybe you just went to the barber or something, whatever it may be, and you have beautiful hair, and then suddenly it just gets drenched by rain, and then you just think, well, there goes my beautiful, fun moments right now, and stuff like that. But if you feel like, oh goodness, it's like, I don't know if I can handle going out into this world, you do have fortune and luck on your side in current times. You are being offered options and opportunities with the Seven of Cups, but then you are actually, actually coming to terms with this comfortable idea, and that you're balanced, realistic, and rational in current times as well. Because this is kind of also these reminders, if you're being hit with all these uncertainties, you feel like, oh goodness, I don't know if I can handle this. I'm being offered all these options, but, as long as you can keep yourself grounded, balanced, realistic, and rational, then everything is just pretty much just going to, slowly, dissipate, into a reality sense where you're actually thinking, okay, I have luck on on my side, and I'm entering into this world, which is also enhancing your sense of confidence, and also getting out into this world, and also coming to terms with thinking, okay, I'm going to be offered this, the Seven of Cups, and it's actually, going to be presenting me with a comfortable offering, for that matter, or something that's, yeah, that's just going to keep you going either way. In the future, you might feel overwhelmed because because of justice. Well, the thing is you might feel overwhelmed because of a legal matter. You could be feeling overwhelmed, but yet you're trying to keep yourself balanced as well, to think, okay, it's like, it's normal to feel overwhelmed. I mean, let's say that you're about to start a new job, for that matter, and you feel incredibly nervous, anxious, uncertain about it. Yes, those are common themes to be feeling on so many levels, so please never underestimate, like any of those human feelings, or even for us vampires, we feel those as well. But if you feel like you're overwhelmed, you could be facing a legal matter, but you could also be trying to keep yourself grounded and balanced in so many levels in the future as well. And that's crucial, because I think I've even mentioned this in my past. If you're being faced with something that is causing like some kind of crisis mode, let's say that there's a fire in your home, or in your office building, or in your workplace, and stuff like that. Don't run and rush and start shoving people and start breaking things, because, you're just causing bigger problems. All you have to do is just try to keep as balanced and grounded as possible, and start taking, the appropriate steps to be getting out of that building or facility, whatever it may be, that's on fire, metaphorically speaking, of course. But that's kind of what I see you doing, is you're keeping yourself balanced despite feeling overwhelmed. With the Hierophant, you don't feel motivated about something, but you do get some kind of abundance in the end. Okay. So this is kind of like keeping at it. The thing is, it's like, if you're starting to face some kind of burnout about your job, if you're kind of thinking, oh goodness, I have no motivation on my job. I mean, the thing is this common theme that a lot of people, they pretty much just think, goodness, I love my job, but I could also hate it at the same time as well. Normal. Well, you're not alone. But in this aspect, well, you might still think, oh goodness, I'm going to have to wake up at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock. I'm going to have to go to work at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. And then I'm going to have to do this up until 3, 4, 5 o'clock. Then I'm going to have to do this. How will I manage? I already feel overwhelmed. I have to take care of everything. Blah, blah, blah. All of these feelings and thoughts and stuff like that. Well, normal, but it's not going to be benefiting you. So, but I do see you actually turning around, just thinking, you know what, I may not be happy and committed, but yet I am getting something good out of it in the end. So with the Lovers upright, you can have, love, being presented to you, or more options and opportunities. But here is the Seven of Wands defending, this current situation you're in. And it's kind of a loyalties kind of card. And it's also kind of just thinking, I'm just going to keep at it. It's like I open up more doors of opportunities for myself, because I'm incredibly motivated and determined in my own way to actually proceed with it either way. Wow. And I love that. I mean, you could definitely have Gemini, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, more Earth placements and stuff like that. Libra placements, the fixed card of Aquarius, Leo, a Taurus or Scorpio placements as well. Oh yeah, and this is actually one of the cards I even pulled for the vampire who I thought was going to become my future husband in other ways, but I guess he turned me mostly into an opportunity of a vampire. Okay, your special card says Three of Cups, celebration taking place, wonderful. So the thing is, it's like this could be you celebrating any kind of occasion, but I do see something beautiful taking place because the thing is this is kind of like a gratitudes kind of reading. It's kind of also like thinking, okay, as long as we keep at it, something good is going to come from it and stuff like that. But either way, the Three of Cups is a reminder to know that, there's some positivity heading your way. Options and opportunities and abundance and balance, stuff like that, because you already have luck and fortune on your side in other ways. So, but either way, celebrations, and of course your birthday is coming up, so you could already be doing a pre-celebratory, occasion or event taking place before August 23rd. Okay, so Oracle says anti-hero, maverick, risk taker, and rule breaker. And the thing is there's really nothing wrong with being an anti-hero in any way. The thing is in one person's story, you're the villain. In the other person's story, you are the hero. And the thing is what defines an anti-hero is that some people, they speed through red lights because they want to make it on time. Or some people, they are like the mavericks. They are the ones that pretty much just stand up to certain injustices. Or they take risks. Or they break rules just because they pretty much just think, okay, either A, they're doing it for their own personal gain, or B, because, they realize, by any means necessary kind of situation. But there's nothing wrong with being an anti-hero, because even just kind of going up against the current is sometimes, will benefit you in other ways that other people might think, my goodness, why are you even doing that? Well, because it's definitely going to be benefiting you in the long run. I mean, even vampires are considered anti-heroes, but so far you don't really hear about vampires roaming the streets and attacking people, right? Because, and just like me, I keep to myself, it's like I know if there are vampires out in this world, they also keep to themselves, or they are either in slumber modes. I mean, I'm still trying to look for the vampire who turned me in other ways, so I'm going to start maybe scouting out some other aspects or other areas of maybe tombs or other kind of graveyards and stuff like that. But anyway, so there's nothing wrong with kind of going up against the current. Want to finish off with 3 yes or no answers? Please feel free to pause this video and think about the questions you want answered, because for the second page of wands, maybe it is the third, I think. Yeah, it is actually the third page of wands, I recall, yeah. You get a yes for answer number 1. A no with the second 4 of swords upright. And a no with the 4 of cups. So I tried to, but anyway, so you get a no for the 4 of cups. You get a no for the 4 of swords, a sense of completion, and then you get a yes with the page of wands upright. Okay, my beloved, beautiful Virgo, so I'm going to have to leave it at this for now. But if this reading resonated for you, please feel free to join and subscribe to my channel. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I love you guys incredibly. In a few days, I'm going back to love reading. So for now, I'm just doing general and love. If anybody is interested in a personal reading, The Human posted that link project page up on this YouTube channel of mine. And on the tab of project page, he and I, we mostly collaborated on the prices for personal reading, so please feel free to browse to see if there's any personal reading you may be interested in. But other than that, I love you guys incredibly. I want to wish you all the best on this beautiful voyage of yours. I love you guys incredibly. Take good care of yourself.